Hi, I'm Miranda HP.
And I'm Connor Calloway.
And together we are
the Bountiful Bards.
Thanks for tuning in to our one-on-one D&D podcast,
The Fountains of Cathaidra. Here we are again.
All on our own. Sorry.
It's okay. You know, I will never... Are we going to have the musical episode finally?
Oh God, no.
I've dreamed of it, though.
I know you have. Your dreams are shattered.
I know. You shatter them every day when reminding me that I cannot sing well. I just know how to sing.
I don't remind you of that.
But then I just torment you. I torment you by making sure, you know, every action I take is always in song form. It's the way our relationship works, and we're okay with it.
Yeah, well, you know.
How you doing today, dear?
Same as before.
Right, same as when we recorded the first episode.
Yep.
Since we're doing back-to-back here.
Not a whole lot has changed.
Not a whole lot. Quick reminder, and that which means we're going to get right into the gore of it.
Oh my.
Now, quick announcement again. We are working on the Audible for my first book. Hopefully we'll have it out by December. If not, that's okay too. It's more of a laissez-faire. It will get done or it won't get done. Just whenever life lets us do it. And then the holiday shut-off. So this episode is probably going to be towards the beginning of October posting. And then we may have one more episode after that coming out sometime later. Whether or not we reach in November just all depends on Miranda and her pacing. So I tease, of course, darling. Don't give me that lovely eyeball. I got one eyeball just kind of slowly cresting over the top of her microphone cage like the rising moon in the night. Just shining and judging me. But lovingly. But yeah, we will be shutting down just all recordings and stuff so that we can just refill our creative juices. I know we probably didn't get a lot of content out with these episodes this year, but we just had a lot of life events going on, and it's just part of it. If we got paid to do this, we would probably knock one out every week and always constantly, you know, provide this wonderful story, but we don't. We do this for fun, and I need time to be able to redo my creative juices and
Stop saying creative juices. It's starting to sound really weird.
What can I say instead of juices?
You know, refill your creativity. Just go with that. You
My
don't have to say
vinegar?
Juices. Oh God.
Pastry filling.
Oh,
Donut
that's even
filling.
worse.
The moistness that is my brain meat that does the creativity part.
Squelch.
The squelchy. I gotta squanching here. I gotta refill my squelching. But anyways, enough of that business.
It's anyway. You don't need the ad.
I'm going to start the recording. We already started the recording. I'm going to start the stopwatch to let me know what time.
I was going to say, I'm the one in control of the recording. I have the power.
You feel it, Crunk?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling it.
Leah.
Yes. Dinner approaches.
You snack. That's the name of the episode. Dinner approaches. You snack. You rest. And from the time of candle calculating to the time of business, it is going to be roughly about an 8-hour time span. So you can have, probably the last one for a while, a long rest. For tonight is the night. Leah, I'm trying to sleep. Okay, that's better. Kaslan goes right back to... Candle has not moved. Has been constantly looking out the window, and every now and then you see the head kind of snap a little bit and snap a little bit to the right. Very hare in a forest looking for the predator kind of thing. So just to give you some insight there, but eventually you feel your nose being pushed very lightly by a furry finger.
I was reviewing my recipes for a good while too.
Okay.
Just in my head mostly because, you know, this is like, sure, I've got some stuff written down, but the vast majority of stuff is just, you know, what my dad taught me. So I've got those in mind, and she's like getting into theater character mode kind of thing. So
Absolutely.
She's making sure she's got stuff off the cuff, all that. What is the area that she's going to be from with the pretend French?
I don't know. Why don't you pull up the map of Cathaidra and tell me what area you believe that would be from?
I don't know where that map is.
I mean, where would a pristine, high-level entity... Valt's a good one. You could be from Valt. That's where all the money is.
That's true, but where are the celebrities from? Because there's always like,
Vout.
would they be from Val?
Well, just
Where's the big agricultural belt?
it's towards the east, but I would say you are very good in choosing maybe Miro because it's all artsy and
The
music and
culinary
stuff like
arts?
that. It could be culinary arts up there. We can ad lib that into the lore. I would not mind, or Vout as well.
I think Miro's probably safer because Vout, the priest the cleric would be more aware of those kind of comings and goings, whereas Miro, um, I'm wanting one that's not quite on the same. Like the reason I asked about celebrities is because they're not quite on the same track as like the religious persons. So they're kind of like, oh, celebrities, but oh, their cooking is so good.
Right.
They don't want to acknowledge
Right.
it exists because they're holy, but at the same time,
I would say like learning cooking from Miro would be definitely more Parisian because of all the artsy fartsies that goes on there.
perfect.
Whereas being in Vout is very much Rome.
The more stalwart kind
Stalwart,
of
beautiful, wonderful cooking. Like I've had cooking in Rome, it is absolutely phenomenal. But it is definitely like, I mean, it's all rigorous as a cook. That's just cook life. That's the culture they've cultivated within themselves. On top of the nicotine, alcohol, and cocaine.
yes, yeah. I'm looking for the more of the fast paced burnout lifestyle for this because I think it suits the vibe more.
I think saying you're from Miro is fine. Plus, that a good lie is one that's close to the truth.
Yeah, she did learn to cook from her dad and was near Miro, so winning.
You don't have. You said? Did you say you have the silence spell?
No.
Okay. So
I ain't got shit.
you all get up, get your stuff together. There was a tense moment about 4 hours ago where it seems like you heard boots coming down the hallway. Guard boots per se, but the three of you were able to keep very quiet, and you had invisibility probably at the ready just in case. But it's more like doing a patrol and then leaving kind of thing. You also heard the door jiggle a little bit as if somebody was checking to make sure it was still secure.
Just kind of the cursory, like, oh, we have to go in here and check.
Right, and then leaving, and then you actually heard the door to enter this little vestibule was also locked again. So
Perfect.
who knows? And you hear, yep, nice to meet you, good to see you, down the hallway from the Turtle Man. Kendall goes, I have been able to watch some of the goings up above from the front door. Once we get up there, I need about 10 minutes to gauge the time frame between guard shifts to see the best time for us to climb upon the wall and move. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? She looks at Kaslan. Oh yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. And he picks up his crate. I got the box. She goes, good. Very carefully, she opens the door. There does not make a sound. The latch does not make a sound.
All the accoutrements are in my bag, so
Right,
he's not rattling anything.
You are good to go. I
Okay,
promise you.
check
And you
it.
make your way around the little U-shaped balcony past the front door. You look out the front door, and you definitely see twilight is setting on the land, and you can see straight ahead of you the guest house. If you want to look at the map, I can show you your newish line of sight, or do you think you have
I got it.
a rough idea? Yeah, just basically, oops. About right there is what you can see. And the wall to the right of that line is where you're going to be going.
Yep.
All right, that's enough of that for anybody that cannot see us or hear us at home.
Well, if they can't hear us, they won't know.
They won't know. Hold on, I messed up again. Oh.
Quit messing up.
I know. Pause the recording.
Oh, God.
I believe there might be a side entrance for the servants on the other side of this building, where we're looking to it now, on the other side.
Makes sense.
I have enough rope to get us from the wall down onto the roof of the guest house, and then from there we can lower you down the other side.
Perfect.
We just have to make sure that the guards do not see us.
Makes sense.
It does. This way. You go over to the side and you can see she puts her hand up, and you do hear kind of a squelching, nails coming out of wood sound. Not as bad as it probably would have been, as she pushes it up. There's like a crate that has been moved over against the wall that she steps up on, and she's able to put her hand on the ceiling because it's a small room. Like I said, this is like a storage room inside this great hall public housing area, and she pushes up on it, and you can kind of hear as she does so.
I'm surprised she didn't oil it.
Right. She reaches down and has Kaslan come up and gets a hand.
Before
Before
Kaslan goes up, I'm going to just take his shoulders and I'm going to say, you're going to do great. You've got this. You're going to be amazing. I trust you. Let's do this. And give him inspiration. Because he's got that box. So I want to make sure he's got some advantage.
All right. That's fine. You you do that. And he says, hey, it's part of the mission, right? To save the world?
Save the world, buddy.
Let's do it. Man, I hope I don't kill him off. Anyways, pulling him... You got to kill the dog. Pulling him up.
I will kill you.
Oh, God. This is why it's terrifying. You will not see the episode where I kill any of Miranda's favorite characters because it will not post live. She will just have a... Connor had an accident. And we cannot do this anymore. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful life. Do not call the FBI or the cops on us. Goodbye.
Bye. He'll be on the couch for so long.
In some hodgepodge way, the three of you are able to get up onto the roof with the awkwardness of this box. But it's not so big. It's about 2 feet by 2 feet. So you're able to, it's like, yeah, like I said, 2 feet by 2 feet. So it's very easy enough for you to be able to get up. Him as well. Looks large enough on him. You're on the roof, nestled in between a V crook like this against the wall. And you do see about 5 feet up along the slick purplish facing is the top of the wall.
I'm going to change my cloak to match, but kind of make it a little bit mottled. Never smooth, always mottled.
You see Kendall reach up, and you see her undo the latch or the leather that is around her ears and lets them both fall free. And then you can see as she lifts up her ears so that she's listening.
A little bit.
She goes, I don't hear anyone walking or breathing. There's no wind right now. Kaslan, come here. Kaslan walks over and very expertly, as if they've trained it, Kaslan puts a foot in her hand and she lifts him up, and that's good enough to where like he can see up and in between the two. I forget what it's called, but you know when you're looking at a wall and it's got the stones, every other stone, the battlements. Looking up there, and he's
they probably have a really specific name, and I'm sorry, I'm not a castle expert.
Yeah, neither am I. We need Jonathan to be sitting over in that corner whenever we need this. But yeah, he gets up and puts his hands up. He's like,
Crenellations? I don't know.
He goes, okay, there are guards currently walking towards the guest house about 50 feet to the left, and I see a pair of guards coming from the right. Kendall goes, about what's the distance between them? He says, about 150 feet. They can definitely see each other for sure, and in between each other. She goes, okay, and lowers him back down. I say we wait for these next two to move, and we have to get up and follow behind them. This box is going to probably create a disadvantage, but we can still take it if you definitely need it for your ploy.
No, I think it might be better to leave it just because he can be having his arms full of stuff.
Kaslan goes, I'll find another box when we get there. There's got to be boxes.
I'm sure. Yeah, we'll find a box.
I'm sorry, Leah.
That's okay. I'd rather not take the box, honestly.
It is no problem of yours. It's just part of the process. We did not know we would have to do this. Now
we need to invent collapsible boxes. Marketing idea. Okay, continue.
Kendall goes, Kaslan, what were the two individuals you saw look like, the guards? He goes, about medium height, about your height. She goes, understood. We wait.
We wait.
As you wait for the guards to pass, the night grows darker, and you can actually see, you hear talking, just nonchalant. He goes, can't really see nothing out here. He goes, yeah, we can't put on the lights yet though, so just hold on about another 5 minutes. Just don't let me trip. You got that dark vision. They're just chit-chatting back and forth. But then you hear a horn, and it's a noise you think you may have heard before. No, you haven't. But the light, or not the light, you actually hear the footprint. It's like the footprint stepping across the top.
Footsteps. And
it kind of gets your anxiety up a little bit because you're just like, I don't think you've ever been in any situation where you're somewhere where you're not supposed to be, especially within a place that's guarded or locked. And I'm not speaking from experience. I'm just talking on the behest of the fact that I've read a lot of books or encounters. But there are moments when the guards get real close and you think they can hear your heartbeat and hear you breathing. That's what you feel. And even like...
It's like when I was doing combat drills, like you definitely had that moment when... Because they had the dogs out.
Yeah.
And they were muzzled, but we didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
Because the muzzles weren't like so tight they couldn't open their mouths. They were just so they couldn't like rip our arms off.
Right.
But you could hear them barking. And when military working dogs are doing that, it's really scary because they don't have like the cheerful "we're playing." They have the like the deep like "when I find you, you're dead,
Right.
Jeremy."
Or
Like,
even the ring wraiths, when they're looking over the side of the log while the hobbits
Sniffing.
are hiding it.
Yep.
Yeah. Would you hear a horn?
Okay.
And it stops, and then you hear just and Kaslan goes, "I'm gonna see what it is." And Kendall nods. He very slowly creeps up. You see his head looking back to make sure he doesn't see any guards, and then looks up over the top, and he goes, "I think Twingle's returned." Yeah.
It was
Leah,
earlier than I wanted.
and Kendall goes, "Leah, go see what you think."
I'll go see what I think.
Okay.
It was earlier than I wanted, but because I said I wanted to get there an hour before she got back.
Okay. As you go up there, there is a muse. It's not called a muse. I forget what it's called, but there is a carriage coming in that is just very, very ostentatious. Queen Elizabeth's muse that she has whenever it's or whenever she's going anywhere. We saw it while we was in London, and we're like, how ostentatious is that? And I think one of the princes was in it, or whichever, maybe her consort was, but we saw it's just white with golden filigree, so much, being pulled by 4 horses, unnecessary, comes riding up. And you see it rides up in the lower courtyard. Everybody scatters. The regiment there immediately turns and salutes and stands at attention.
I don't want to be paying attention to this anymore. This is a perfect time for us.
Okay.
No I don't care. Noted. Go.
All right. So you slide down and you leave. That's fine.
Noted.
You turn around and Candle's gone.
I look for Candle. I listen for Candle.
Perception check.
Well, that's gonna be shit. 11.
Okay. You look up and you're looking around. You're like, and Kaslan goes, "Where'd she go?" Then you hear, and you look over and there's a body to your right. And there's a second body, tied, gagged, unconscious.
Okay, good. I was like,
breathing.
damn.
And you see up over the top, and then a rope being thrown. Come on.
I come on.
All right. Give me an athletics check. Sorry. I always love doing this to you. As I unzip my jacket.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics. The zipper noise is brought to you by Seasons Carol of the Bells.
Dirty
Audible
20.
coming this December. Dirty 20. I'll get you again. I'll get you next time, Gadget.
I'm sure you will, and it's not going to be fun for any of us.
You both climb up. Kaslan jumps onto your back. God of War, his son on his back style as you climb up the side
Come
of
with
it.
me, boy.
Hand up and over. She sits you up, and she hands you a torch that's not lit yet. You look over and you can see the chariot pulling in front of the half circle, and the door opens. And
Go.
Candle looks back and says, "Okay, we got to move again."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, making sure the guards behind her are also moving is what she's looking for as you two begin to walk downwards, and hopefully you're just silhouettes in the night to the people behind you. As you're going, do you want to look what's going on downstairs, or you just want to keep your heads forward?
No, we don't have time.
Okay.
Like, this distraction is perfect because they're all going to be like super stressed out about making sure that like they're taking care of the person they're supposed to. You do not rubberneck in these situations. You get your ass where it needs to be.
Absolutely. And as you're walking towards the guest house, though, you do see a window in the main house seem to open on the second floor for one reason or another. You get to the guest house.
My intent is to cook. My intent is to cook. My intent is to cook.
Yes, you see torches ahead of you become a light.
I'm just honing my intent, Connor, just in case.
Candle does the same and lights both her torches. The one for herself and the one for you with a quick psh, psh, and then it's ready to go. Or you know what? They have it's like a lighter thing she has, a striker, just like a regular old-fashioned lighter. And they're both lit as you're walking. And Candle whispers, "You and Kaslan hop off when we get close. Hand me your torch. I will keep walking. If you drop one, the ones behind us will believe something is wrong."
Correct.
Kaslan, you two have this. When I can, I will come back.
And I have the Valerian, or whatever her sleepy thing is.
Yes, she reaches and hands you a pouch that you take as she takes your torch. And she keeps one torch kind of held out to her left and continues walking. And in about 5 minutes, the two of you are able to get to where this house is. And Kaslan has scurried ahead as if trained. You can definitely tell he has improved. He has scurried ahead, tied a rope around the battlement, thrown the rope over the side. And as soon as you get up there, he slides up and over and you go with him,
Mhm.
and then you see the rope drop down behind you as Candle walks by.
Perfect.
So now you're on top of the roof of the guest house. I will move your token wherever it may be.
Gather the rope. Make sure we get our chefy clothes on and get ready to blow this popsicle stand, baby.
Yeah.
It's time to put on a Broadway musical.
Da, 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 da. Hold on. I'm sorry, everyone. I gotta change the layers of this application. Miranda, distract people.
I don't know, like.
Yeah.
I don't know the rest of it off the top of my head.
That is A-okay. I'm setting up a map in case anybody's interested in what Connor's doing right now.
Okay, are you done?
I am done.
Sheesh. All right. I was playing that with one hand, kind of just like vaguely
Kaslan
turned
scurries
over.
Kaslan scurries over to the side of the house and looks down. He goes, "Ooh, there's a door. It is a door. All right, Leah, find a place to tie this off with. Use the triple over knot."
What's a triple over knot?
And he flips it, grabs it with his teeth, tucks, pulls, and he goes, "That. We're just not going to get the rope back. Take it."
Okay.
Lash it somewhere.
Hmm?
You got to lash it somewhere.
Oh, I had no idea what you said.
Oh, my bad.
You had to somewhere. I was
Yeah,
like,
you
what?
got to lash it somewhere on the roof. Perception check.
Hurry.
Hurry, Leah. There's noise coming from around the building as if somebody's
10.
approaching. 10.
Yes, you're welcome. I failed.
You look around, and you find it's quick. You're like, what can it be? And then you find like this protrusion of wood kind of coming out the back. That's kind of one of those things where architecture looks pristine, but then you look a little closer and like, oh yeah, no, but it's nobody's keeping up with it. It's rotting. And you throw it over the thing, pull it tight, and give me an athletics check to see if you two can get down.
I'm just gonna feather fall if I fall anyway.
That's of course.
12.
A 12. You make your way down, and the both of you seem to be doing just fine. Kaslan climbs first, and you go down, and there's a moment where you, your feet give way a little bit, and you slide. You don't have to cast Featherfall. You will take 1 point of damage though from your hands, just like a rope burn, really hard. But you catch yourself and are able to climb the rest of the way down.
Okay. And he said we can't detach the rope?
Yeah, he said no, you couldn't.
Oh, that's a bummer. I just tuck it against the wall so it's not hanging free.
I got you. And tie it up. And Kaslan goes, yeah, you're right. Just tie it up. They'll just think it's like a pulley or something.
Okay. And check our costumes, pull out all the gadgets.
All right, you're ready to go. Costumes, throwing them on. Throw the jacket over your current clothes. You take off your cloak, tuck it away, put it on. Pants on real quick. Kaslan's right there with you. I'm going to let you both give me let's do a sleight of hand.
Or is it performance? Well, why
No, sleight of hand is just to get in the clothes, how quickly you can.
Oh, okay.
Kaslan has a little trouble. He's like, hey. This is a fun roll.
21.
21. You just...
It's the theater kid.
Yeah, you put on these theaters as you were a kid in the church for your dad. He was the theater director. Plays, and you were the best when it comes to switching costumes backstage before going out.
Because Dad kept writing me all these parts, and I had to be myself so many times, and
Yeah.
just like
And nobody knew. He's like, well, you're the only one that can do all that. You can remember. You memorized the whole script, Leah. Most of these kids can't memorize their entire one line. I have to feed it to them. I'm counting on you.
Yeah.
Kaslan's like, he's like,
that's why I slap his hands away, and I just like.
Not baggy pants or tight pants. That's the doorbell.
Yeah.
They're at the front. Just very tightly. Click. And there they go. He goes, all right. All right. Let's do this. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go inside.
Let's go inside.
You open the door and it's dark inside, but you see light just ahead. You can reach out and feel, and you've been in enough areas that this definitely feels like a storage area of some sort. You can actually smell some herbal spices and things like that in here, so maybe some dried fruit. You're a little peckish, so that's why your nose can definitely pick up on the scent on it a little more. And you hear behind you.
I hear that behind me?
Mm-hmm. It's an apple.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Get in character.
Oh. throws the apple down. All right, I'm sorry, chef.
Oui, chef.
Oui, chef, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right.
I think that's the kitchen ahead of you. My
Ready?
nose knows.
Are we ready?
Are you ready?
Yep. I'm
Okay.
gonna.
All right, you can actually move your token if you want to.
No, because I don't know where I'm going, so you're gonna have to.
There's a door ahead of you that absolutely opens, and you should be able to see.
And I am going to basically. I am now this French chef Remy, and I am going to just stride into the kitchen.
Okay.
And Kaslan's got all his stuff in his hands. I'm
as
going to grab a spoon from him as he goes by, and he's gonna have. I will have instructed him to do this. Start laying stuff out.
You see inside this new area a very shallow, skinny looking kitchen that a lot of the implementations are still look like they're put away or stored with like some cloths wrapped around them. The oven that is in the center of this room has a warm glow coming out of it, and you can actually smell something simmering inside of it. You're not exactly sure what it is just yet. You see a older human woman in here with hair, curly brownish gray hair pulled up into a ponytail. She is wearing an apron that has definitely been covered with all manner of ingredients. A slight plump to her, as if she knows what she's doing in the kitchen enough to like it herself. And I like that. That
Good
was
job.
good. And she looks over at you and she's like, "Who are you?"
I am Chef Remy. Who am I? I do not think so. Absolutely not. Back off. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm going to just like push. Like
Okay.
just and Kaslan's already laying stuff out and he's already putting stuff in pans. I told him to go turn stuff on.
Oh,
like
no. It's just, I get. She just got back. I have to.
That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Let me see what you have done here.
But
And I'm going
I don't
to
know
taste
who you
it.
are. Okay. You walk over and there's definitely a pot that definitely has some kind of sauce inside of it.
I'm going to taste it.
You taste it.
What's it taste like?
It actually tastes really fucking good. You're impressed yourself, Leah. Like, it almost makes you break character, but you know you have to keep to the cause. But it's definitely like, I would hire this woman after that taste. But
This will do. This will do. Perfect. This is exactly what I had in mind. Have a seat right over there. I will ignore the fact that you are being impudent and do not know who I am. Let's go.
Excuse me.
Yes, that is a wee chef over there. And Kaslan,
Yes, we chef.
What did his name end up being? Like, what
You
did he
didn't
say?
give
for-
him a name. In
Well,
fact,
what did
you
he
probably don't
come
even
up
know it.
Like, assistant.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, we chef.
And I'm just snapping. Like, there's no actual
And he's like frantically grabbing anything. He just like doesn't understand. Like he's like this chef.
No, it's not like that. It's more of just like I'm having him. Like, I would have instructed him on this. It's like to get stuff started. Like,
Right,
turn
but
things on.
he's adding. I'm doing that so he can add to the fact of he is terrified of you.
Okay. Are there
Okay.
Is there anyone else in the kitchen, or is just this one?
It's just
person?
her, right now.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically grab her shoulders and put them in front, be like, my bumbling assistant will need your assistance. I understand you are understaffed here. This will not do. So you begin the croque couché right here, and I'm going to.
What? But who are you? Where did you come from?
The many who ask that question continue. Chef Remy, you will know my name across this place if you have not already. You should be ashamed. Miro knows who I am. You should know.
Kaslan goes, just get over here. All
And like I've started a butter sauce that's going to complement
Yes,
this.
but now it's
and-
time for that deception check with
Yay.
advantage.
Come on, baby. 27.
27. As she walks over to where Kaslan is, and you start going throughout the kitchen, and you look over, and there is a beautiful looking rib roast that is now currently being almost burnt, but not much, seared on the outside to go with that beautiful sauce that you have. And there's other fresh vegetables. And you look over, and Kaslan starts chopping up an onion with the other individual commoner in there, and just says, "It's like she's a chef that came down from Miro. She's the head chef in Miro, and she also prepares all the meals of the anointed Lord up there. We're on vacation, and she's trying to get recipes and gather them. So just be on your P's and Q's, and this could be a big opportunity for you. It is for me." And she's just like, okay, I didn't realize that this would happen. And go, "How did you get in here?" It's like, don't ask questions. She went to the church with, and saw the ceremony and came
It's
back.
like, how
She
do
said
you
she would
think she could
prepare.
get in here without permission?
Right. She said she would be preparing this. Okay, let's keep going. As you are definitely now able to do whatever you would like to do in this kitchen, it would seem.
Yep, it's basically, so I, see the rib roast, like, great, absolutely, going to deglaze the pan with some red wine and everything, like, working on like adding some citrus notes because it's going to complement the sauce that she's got. And, you know, we're going to stick a sprig of that mint in there and like give it a little bit of lift. And we're going to like, she's going to taste everything. And I'm going to be really super proud of this one because this is one of the ones my dad gave me. And I know that everybody likes this recipe. I just make it look super fancy and it's not. Just like make sure that she tastes it and have her like, you know, be bowled over by the whole experience. Because the whole thing is basically Leah is talking in and out of French/English the whole time. Is just like, so you only understand like half of what she's saying, but it's all at like 100 miles per hour, just like this constant stream. And Kaslan is helping out a lot by doing the wee chef and like falling over things and like generally just like, but then it comes together and it's a beautiful plate. And this is the tasting plate.
Okay.
I have not added the sleepy stuff yet.
Not a problem. I understand completely. The other door, as you can see here, the southern door opens, and a well-dressed individual leans their head in and is like, "She's coming to dinner. Who are you?"
Chef Remy?
She's Chef Remy. Don't ask questions.
And you are?
I am the head butler of this.
Good. You come here right now. And
okay.
I basically yoink him in.
All right, and he is another human individual that, as he comes in, very clean-shaven, black hair, the typical butler-esque look to him, spectacle glasses. I'm pulling from one piece. Let's give him red hair. Let's give him no monocle. Let's give him a mustache, but not the evil kind of mustache, nor the twirly one. Definitely just a nice, simple little mustache with a tiny little goatee. And he walks in and he goes, "I'm sorry, you are who?"
"I am Chef Remy. You be quiet." And I stick it in his face. And I'm looking. The reason I called her Chef Remy is from Ratatouille.
Oh yeah, I know. I know where you got it.
So I'm waiting for the childhood.
I need you to roll a persuasion check, and since you simply just put the sauce in his mouth, this one will also be with advantage.
Or it's not performance; it's persuasion.
Performance is fine too.
Not 20.
Laura,
right.
I love you.
For everyone at home, I am watching her literally roll these dice, and if it helps, I will just have a YouTube playlist of our entire game. No noise, just her constantly rolling dice to know that this is legit. She did just roll that.
It's right there.
And you hear the commenter goes, "She's from Marrow. She's the Anointed Lord's head cook. She's on vacation, please." And he just goes, and his eyes just glaze over for a second. He goes, "Dear God. That's holy. That's a miracle in itself."
Then I will think it is acceptable. Very good.
Did the arch cleric summon you? Does she know you're here?
Well, we will find out. It is meant to be a surprise. Do you not wish for her to taste the best food?
Yes. Just 5 minutes. She's taking off.
Assistant, plate.
Yeah, we chef. As Kaslan goes over, grabs a plate, drops it, breaks it, curses, picks up another one, and runs over to you as quickly as possible.
I basically will have made the tasting plate for the commoner and ushered her over to the corner to sit down to eat her thing. Okay. So
she has like a single tear that goes down her face every time.
Good. While she's glazing over, I'm going to take the opportunity when I take the ladle to put the sauce in it. That's when I put the sleepy powder in and just put that over because the whole thing is presentation. So It's going to look beautiful. It will be simple and rustic because they want to think they aren't bougie and ostentatious. It's like when you go to one of those like really fancy Michelin restaurants where it's like, look, we got hard paneled wood ceiling and stuff, and you get like one bite in the middle of a huge plate, but it's all like sauce and like stuff like that. So it's a little bit more of a simple plating, but it definitely dresses up the elegance of it. And I want to make sure that it's just on there real nice, and because when you dress a plate, you put the spoon aside. You don't use the same spoon again because we're doing bouginess, but also because I have the sleepy stuff in there. I did sprinkle a tiny bit of it in the food, not because, and just in general because, to mimic tropophan. You had a little bit of turkey slugs, but you're not too sluggish, little slug.
Absolutely.
Whatever.
No, I got it.
So yep, got her plate ready to go, and put one of those little like bell cover thingies on it for the butler.
Okay. You get all that together. Give me 1 second. I need to add one thing to the board. I am enjoying your performance so far, though, just so you know. I wanted to make that very aware. I want to make you very aware of that. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you. And I'm going to have Kaslan wipe off my shoes as I get the
wipe
plate.
Off your shoes.
Well, yeah, I don't want to have any. I don't want any grease or dirt on them because I'm going to get the plate ready. And why would the chef not take her presentation that she has slaved over to the lady of the house? to explain where it came from.
Okay, so you're going to present. That's fine.
Well,
all right.
Of course.
I love it. All right, give me 1 second. I'm almost done moving things around. I do apologize. It's taking so long. If this thing is not wanting to act the way I want it to.
So, well, to fill some of that, what is the name of the anointed lord in Miro?
Give me a history check.
Okay, she's got a decent history.
And I've got to look that up.
16.
Of course it is.
It's 11 plus 5.
No, it's fine. Since you're from Miro, it's not a high DC. You have heard the name before. And I will definitely say, let me go to the NPCs. I'm looking through my notes as every DM does. To song, church affiliated. Entertain our guest, Miranda.
I will,
You're not even juggling anything.
I don't know.
That is perfectly fine, and it's funny because this is just one of the things that happens. Oh, we'll retcon because it's my fault. It's a lady. It's the anointed lady, Garantina Osh. So the anointed lady Osh, O-S-H.
O-S-H.
I do apologize for that, everybody. I messed up, but I love it whenever I'm asked, "Hey, what is the name?" And I don't expect Miranda to have the notes on everything.
Okay, and do I know any of the other like churchly people in Miro?
Kadad.
Besides that,
other than that, it's just bishops, your father, and things like that. You wouldn't know anybody else outside of those two head honchos.
I'm sure that we'd have to recite them in class, kind of thing.
Well, yeah, these are the main two.
I'm just more thinking of name drops, is all.
I understand.
Because, I'm sure they have, like, Miro's, like, more bougie and more artsy, so they'll have, like, culinary festivals and stuff, so I'm more thinking of that as I prepare her plate.
And what did I name? Anyways, so you get everything ready, the plate's prepared, and then the butler fellow walks over and goes, "Okay, she's just sat down. I can take it to her." And you can say that you wanted to take it out there, right?
I will present this to the lady if you would follow me with this bottle of wine.
We'll need 2 plates. She brought a guest.
Perfect. And I will, because I always have at least one other plate ready, just in case. Grab that plate. I know which one is which. I'm the chef. I know which one is which.
It's true.
Okay.
You go and you open the door, and
he's holding the other one.
Right. And who is the butler?
The butler. He would have to be because I'm serving the lady.
Absolutely.
With the got the clean towel over one arm.
Kaslan stays behind. He says he's giving you a thumbs up.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna start tidying.
As you walk out into the dining room, it is a very large area with beautiful, ornate, polished floors. It is clean to the point where you're pretty sure that even though it is this clean, your nose immediately smells just a hint of stale, as if when you go into a room that has been empty for a while and the furniture has dust on it. Even though you clean away all the dust and take away the drapes on the tables and get everything livable again, it will still hold that smell for a little bit longer. Your food immediately just completely overtakes this aroma, but you on your nose can definitely pick that up. As you step in, you immediately clock 2 guards across the room, both of them in front of each door that probably leads to the front of the house. You see a long table that has a total of 8 chairs, 6 to each side, 1 on each end. Very large table that is polished over with intricate designs inside the layers. You see 2 individuals inside. You see, first and foremost, who can only be the archcleric herself, Twingle. She sits in a chair that does not match the rest of them, as if because of her stature and how tall she is, they brought in her high chair. And if you say that out loud, she'll probably eviscerate you on the spot. But she sits there in a very nice tunic, long sleeve shirt, more masculine clothes than feminine. Definitely not the type of robes you're used to seeing, because she probably just changed out of them because these fabrics she's wearing is very clean. She wears a ring on her thumb that has a bluish glint to it, and you can tell some type of lines in it, but I'll just say it's definitely the symbol of the church, for anybody listening in at home. Her dark green forest hair, no, she has no hair. Her bald is completely shaved, and she has a mocha brown.
A mocha?
A mocha brownish tone to her skin.
Okay. It's like she has a mocha. What?
Black black wide eyes, and nestled. You can see. Give me a perception check, actually.
Oy vey. Well, there you go, babe. Nat 1.
Nat 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't see anything on it.
I don't see shit.
Yeah,
I'm focused on my food.
So she's sitting there, and she is turning her head to the left away from you, talking to an individual. And you look over, and sitting next to her is a person who is a hairline individual of white fur, and both ears are tucked back in a ponytail held by like a beautiful bluish looking scrunchie, wearing some nice looking priestly robes and stuff, sitting there, and they both look up at you and notice as you come walking in. Oh, excellent. That smells delightful. Who are you?
Ah, oui, mademoiselle, I am the chef Remy. And then I kind of gesture to the butler, and he's already doing his butlery thing and putting it in front of the other person. And we both, because it is just part of the arts, at the exact same time, place the plate down, and the lid is removed. And we're doing so with a flourish, and I'll nod to him again so we can go get the wine from the sideboard. Because remember, this is something where you don't let them talk. You let me explain to you what we have for you tonight. This is the most wonderful presentation. I am so pleased to have the opportunity to cook for you. The last time I was at the culinary festival in Miro with the anointed Lady Osh, she was so pleased with what I have created for her.
Lady
and I
Osh.
have indeed mimicked this for you.
Well,
so what you see here is from your, like every time they talk, I'm just start doing that.
You can go ahead.
Yep. So I have taken some of the local stuff. As you will see, this is organic.
Okay,
and I'm just
organic, yes.
Yeah, I'm just
she kind of looks around a little bit, but then you just bring her right back into your focus and she's looking at you and talking to you.
And I know that you will appreciate this. This has been in my family for generations, and I have perfected it. So, I bid you adieu, for I am eager to see that you enjoy what I have crafted for you. Please taste the magic of the kitchen.
And the wine. And you see, like, just two in one hand, 2 stems of wine coming up and over to be handed over your shoulder.
And this Bordeaux will complement this perfectly. It is a sniff it, is full-bodied vintage. It will be delightful. And so, enjoy your magical meal.
Give me a performance
Bon
check.
volet. Do I get advantage because of the French?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, I was pretty good at that.
I didn't say you wasn't. I'm very impressed. I'm over here sitting hungry.
22.
She's just like, well, all right then. Thank you. Why did we have a? Where did this chef come from? And you hear the butler goes, she's on vacation, and excuse me, ma'am. She's on vacation and came down and apparently listened to your ceremony and wanted to come and provide you the meal. So I made sure everything was prepared correctly. I monitored everything, and she was quite phenomenal. I assure you, ma'am. Please enjoy. I'm going to go wait over here.
That's why I give like a little bit of the sleepy to all of it, just in case.
Right. And the archcleric goes, well, my goodness, this is quite tasty, and I have worked up quite the appetite. Kavad, please enjoy. I'm so glad you were able to join me as I requested. And the hairline rabbit-esque humanoid replies, yes, ma'am, I'm glad I was able to catch you with the reports that you needed. I'm sorry it took so long. We had to delve pretty deep into the archives to find them. Yes. Would you like someone please cut her some slices of this meat? And no, ma'am. I'm a vegetarian. I would just like some of the roasted vegetables, please. Thank you.
Well, she's already got it in front of the plate in like a serving, so it's kind of like the meat. Like it's never like that. It's always like you serve the plates and it's already in like.
I understand.
So she would have had the roasted veggies in one half.
You see one of the forks carelessly just kind of move the meat back, put the fork down, and picks up another fork and begins eating. And
the vegetables will be just as damn good as the meat. Thank you very much, because I do not do that bullshit thing where the veggies suck. As
you turn to leave and you see what's going on, these hairline, white-haired rabbit looks up at you and winks at you.
And I nod and continue back in. I saw the wink.
Okay. Oh, dear goodness. You just hear just from the opposite room right next to the swinging door. It is just, this is delightful. And you just hear praise and stuff, and then some chit chatter, and then something along the lines of,
I'm going to have Kaslan take a little like goodie plate to the guards.
To the guards? Yep. And he goes, and you look to the right, and there's another doorway. If you look to your right, and he immediately just kind of bamps out that way and vanishes through the door with the goodie plates.
Just to make sure that they have some too.
Right.
Like, it's not going to make them very sleepy. It's just to make sure, like, why would the chef waste this?
Absolutely.
Everybody gets food.
dearly tried to invite the anointed lady to come join us for dinner again tonight, and once more she refuses, which I am trying not to take offense to this and rebuild the bond between us, but I fear that her paranoia and her assassinations is becoming quite taxing on her occupation, if I must say. And you hear the other individual reply back, one would probably suggest so. You're not talking about reaching to Valt and having her removed, are you? Oh, good heavens, no, nothing like that. Perhaps the threat of removal from with an official seal might remind her her place in the city, but other than that, no. Angel be praised, she'll come around once this all blows over, and once I'm allowed to return to my quarters after being ordered to move here. And you kind of hear like a tisk in her voice as she says this. Do you continue listening?
Well, yeah, but I'm doing so like in a subtle way, and like because I'm eating my chef's plate.
What about dessert? We're gonna do a dessert.
Of course, we have a dessert.
You get her back out there. You say you were moved here officially? Yes. I was told to relocate here. I was not given the orders and means as to why, but apparently something dreadful happened in Miro. I have not been given information from just yet, but I hope mail comes soon. With somebody other than Vout, those in Vout will tell me what exactly is going on. And this another individual just kind of replies in the affirmative, and then they just start going off on taxes and things like that, and
the butler
good turnout
is the
in
one
the ceremony
who will,
and stuff like that. Sorry.
The butler's the one who will signal me when it's time to bring out the dessert.
And about 30 minutes later, you hear two snapping sounds, not to you, but to individuals outside as the plates are gathered and brought through. And as soon as they are, it is your cue should you wish to bring out whatever dessert. Yes, of
course, it is the pudding flambé. Because what is a good Parisian whole meal if you don't have something you catch on fire at the end?
There you go. And is it on fire as you're walking out? Or are you
of course
going to do it in front
not. You do it at the table.
So you bring it to the table and immediately...
If you would sit back, please. This
yes,
is
please.
my delightful...
And she reaches out and touches your hand. She goes, this has been absolutely wonderful. You've done so well.
And you are just delightful. I am so moved that you have appreciated that which I have slaved over my whole life. So I present to you the pudding flambé. If you please watch. And I snap my fingers, and in doing so, of course, I have like the lighter in it, and I snap my fingers and the lighter, just a little showmanship, nothing magic at all. Just it's a lighter.
Okay, you got a lighter. Okay, that's
yes.
Good.
Yeah, no magic. It's just showmanship. Okay. I'm just being.
There is a second to Twinkle's eye where she's like, "What the? Who would dare in front of me?
Wink.
Do you know who I am?" And then sees the mechanical device and is like, "Oh."
Well, it's more because like they are expecting me to be incredibly over the top, so I am being incredibly over the top.
Absolutely.
And I will touch it to it, and I notice that the guards go as well when it goes, and then it turns to that like delightful blue, and then it simmers down. And so you have the pudding flambé, and it smolders away, and you are left with that beautiful crust on the outside, that just like was that delightful smoky caramel when you break it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you so much. Let me know if you're for hire. I would love to have you in my entourage and steal you away from the Lady Osh. That would be quite the scandal, if you understand.
Oh, what a delight that would be indeed. I am collecting recipes from all over the world at the moment, but I will let you know the moment I am free. And as always, I look to experiment.
Absolutely.
And so just kind of do the like bowing backwards out thing.
So anyways, as I was trying to say, that is quite the beautiful necklace you have there, Archcleric. She goes, oh, this thing? Ah, yes, I was told to get it out of storage, and I have to now adorn it as one of the one of the the angel's orders is that the decree is that we have to begin to start wearing this again. I guess we're going through an age of antiquity, which is something that they plan from time to time to rebolster the faith and remind individuals of where we come from and who we are. And it's all quite just exhausting, but I will do as I am charged by the angel, and miracles be present and whatnot. Dear God, this pudding is delicious. Whew.
Yeah.
Kaslan comes back.
Nothing magical in that, just fucking sugar. Because that's what will win you over to the guards is they get the leftovers, you know? Like the staff gets
absolutely. Another 30 to 45 minutes pass. 2 wine bottles have been drained and the likes, and it would seem overall a rather good night. You can actually peer through like the doorway and see like the angle is perfect for you to see the archcleric. And she lays back and sighs, and she goes, "Well, that was a treat, wasn't it? A treat, God? Yeah, yes, ma'am, it was a treat. Um, I'm gonna go get the information of the cook for you so that you can keep in touch and see if she's. You said you would like to hire her. Oh yes. Order her if you must. Even at least keep her around for a month or so. I will make her imprisonment a illusion compared to what it truly shall be, which is just a great order and high prestige. Don't word it like that. You'll scare her off. But I think I deserve a bubble bath and a lovely rest. It's been a taxing day. Kavat reports on my desk by the morning. You know the drill. Guards have my room prepared. You know what? I'll do it myself." And there's a flash of light, and she's gone.
Bitch.
And you hear a and she's gone. The guards are like, move upstairs quickly. As it seems like they're probably used to her doing this. It's like, you have to be guarded. But then again, from an archcleric who is also a level 10 cleric, maybe they don't have to be guarded. The door opens and the white-haired bunny is there. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. And yourself? I trust you enjoyed your meal.
I do. Is there you there? And she points a finger over there at the poor cook lady that's in there. Go help clean up the area, please. I need to speak with the chef alone. And, the commoner, the cook goes, right away, ma'am. Sorry. And completely like, just with great adherence to authority, just kind of brushes
Still
by with
wiping
that
the
head
tears
down.
away from her childhood she's relived like 4 times.
And as soon as the door shuts behind her, you see a light smile. And then you just see the white hair begin to fade into brown. As Candle is there. She goes, "What a meal and performance. I did not realize I would be treated so well tonight."
Sorry if you're a little sleepy. I had to put a little in everything just in case.
I did.
Although I suspect you're immune to it.
I'm immune to it. But she reaches up her hand, and then from it drops a chained necklace with in it the symbol that you know very well of Cathaidra's faith. That is the exact same as Kadad's that you had to steal.
Wow.
I'm quite good.
You are.
And I keep up with my part of the deal.
I see that.
You will continue to help?
Of course.
She should be asleep for some time. I would hate for her to realize what happened. I don't want an archcleric after us inside here. Her miracles are quite good. And she hands it to you.
I take it and put it in my bag of holding.
The moment you take it, you feel once again just like a blip just appears within your mind only. That seems to be pointing outward, and Leah, being so good at her sense of direction, unneeding of a constant map to remember where she is, unlike maybe 2 other individuals sitting in this room right now. Actually, you're a lot better at maps than I am. You immediately pinpoint that this fountain's location is very close, and it is somewhere beneath the main manor of the Castle Ordain. Shall we move on to the next? And there's just a coy smile, and you actually hear Kaslan start to giggle. It's one of those where you can't help but smile. You're so excited, and start to giggle a little bit at how successful that was. Shall we?
We shall.
Then let us. She gestures for you two to leave out the door.
Okay. And I make sure that I've left the lady her little like dessert and everything, and I've written down a quick recipe for like an amazing breakfast. So, you know, and I'm gonna sign it with like a super dramatic flourish, Chef Remy.
You, as you step out,
and then unintelligible French scroll.
Right, she undoes her robes that she's wearing and immediately is back in her gear. And you two can definitely do the same, as all of them are folding up, collected. I imagine put in your bag of holding, so leave no traces.
Correct.
And that is going to be the end of this episode.
Bow, bow, bow.
I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it? I felt like you were like on for
really
the ride.
did. So I went and built out this entire guest house. I have both floors planned. I have her bedroom planned. I was thinking it was going to be a night heist, But then you just threw at me the whole, I'm going to become a cook. I'm going to get inside the kitchen. I'm going to make these rolls. These rolls were successful. I was like, it would make sense. The archcleric would want to have dinner. It fit perfectly. And because, like your father said, he had a connection of an individual who was inside the church, who you also knew was Candle. So Candle decided to step up her game, put on her false appearance of the church, and just so happened to be there for dinner. So
it worked out.
It did. I don't know if it's going to work flawlessly that time each. I mean, you fought the first cleric. I was wholeheartedly planning on you to end up fighting this cleric at some point. Like, I have her stat cards and everything ready, but the knight's still young and you have another target to knock out, one that might be knowledgeable of your intentions. Who knows? I rolled about every hour that passed, so who knows if she is or isn't. We'll find out, won't we?
Well, my intentions throughout the entire time were always focused on the task at hand, because I know that it detects intentions. So I was trying very hard to make sure my intentions were on my current task. So I'm hoping that's enough to help, because,
Oh, it's a good thing to hope. And we shall see.
We shall indeed.
But we'll end this episode here.
Okay.
And we'll see everyone next time. Say goodbye, Miranda.
Goodbye, Miranda.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for listening. Please leave a review anywhere you've found us. You can reach out to us on Twitter at Bountiful Bards. We hope to see you again on the civilized road.
And bring bread and cheese.
As the story goes, until then.